This next exercise is going to be a plank progression, starting at a higher surface and progressing to lower. So each video that you'll see in this sequence will be progressively harder as we go closer to the floor. So starting off at counter height, hands on the counter. This can be a counter, a high table, but something that's up pretty high. You want to step your feet back so that I have my arms maybe right around 90 degrees to my trunk. And I want to start off here making sure that I have my body nice and straight, meaning that my back is not dipping down like this. If anything, I want to err more on the side of having my back rounded slightly. Now as I position myself here, a couple things you want to keep in mind. One's going to be my elbows. I don't want them flaring out to the side. I want to pinch them in slightly to get a little bit of a squeeze in my armpit. And the other important part that I just mentioned was that little bit of tension in the stomach, so my lower back stays flat. Now as I'm leaned against this counter, the first thing I'm going to do, as I stay nice and straight, is I'm going to lift one knee up towards it. Now as I do that, this leg that's on the ground, I'm going to be pushing that heel into the ground like I'm trying to push this counter through the wall. A lot of times I describe this to patients as pushing a car stuck in the snow. So as I do this, and I bring that knee up, I'm really putting a lot of pressure on that heel and tightening my butt on that leg that's on the floor to try and push this counter, pause for 5 seconds, and then slowly, I'm going to keep that pressure. I'm going to start to take this leg and take it back. Now this is really important. I'm not going to go very far, and when I get to this point, my tendency is going to want to do this. So I really want to try and keep that stomach tight, and this leg just kicks back slightly. So I feel like I'm tensing my butt a little bit, but I'm never really going so far to where I lose the control in my stomach. And I'll pause here for 5 seconds, and then I'll slowly transition back up. 5 seconds at each end point. You're going to try for somewhere in the 10 to 20 reps on each leg.